What is going on with all of my living, breathing, walking, amazing people of the planet and or the non? I am D Venom. You are all tuned into Raising Vibrations Podcast. I hope all of my people of the planet are staying on that straight and narrow, especially my people of addiction and or functioning addicts, and doing everything possible to elude psychic vampires, negative energies including Podbean trolls and scallywags, and nosy neighbors from one's lives. We all should know by now that those particular elements only take away from our energies and vibrations. If we could elude them at all costs, we have done our own selves a huge favor and some justice. And with that being said, let's get into tonight's episode, starting right now. All right, you guys, as mentioned, I am D Venom. I'm solo. The feathered friends are at the Mikasa. I'm across the street, of course, at the park, recording this particular episode for you guys. It is a lovely night here in Arizona, to say the least. The weather is perfect. As far as where I have been in regard to running errands and stuff like that, nobody is wearing jackets, coats, or anything like that. It's that nice outside. Anyway, I'm sitting in the car in Misty, and we're chilling, before we go back to this place called home. Speaking of nosy neighbors and home, I did get clarity in regard to my neighbors spying on me, my upstairs neighbors. I will explain. I will admit that I was indulging, with methamphetamine. It wasn't enough to drive me into psychosis or anything like that. Remember, the shit is bunk, and I've been able to sleep on it, and I've been able to eat on it, and all of that stuff, and function. That's how bunk it is. Why I continue to keep buying it. I'm an addict, up until this point. I'm going to do what an addict does, buy methamphetamine and whatever else the case may be, and, complain about it like I am right now. Anyway, as I am indulging, I am also on YouTube looking at, interviews of MMA stars and stuff like that. Any interview where there is a nice, huge bulge to look at. And, this is what I'm doing. I'm looking at bulges. I'm rubbing on my nipples. I'm getting horned up. And, eventually it's going to lead into masturbation. Anyway, I've been having these inkling feelings that my upstairs neighbors have been crossing boundaries for a long time. I just been ignoring my intuition, and, I continue to set myself up for the okie doke. I've been a guinea pig for my neighbors for a long, long, long time. Who knows what footage they captured? Who knows who they invited over to, watch me? Who's to say, what they've been, doing upstairs above me, aside from crossing boundaries and being in my motherfucking business. Anyway, I've seen lights on the ceiling before, like a whitish blue light that will slowly move to and fro like it's searching for something. I've seen that in one of the bedrooms. I've seen a white light, in the living room that would, move to and fro as if it was like, keeping an eye on me. And, there also have, even my ex-roommate that was living with me at the time, I showed them the video that I captured, and they were like, what the fuck is that? What is that? And I'm like, shit, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that I'm showing someone. So therefore, it can help ease my mind, because when you're in a situation like this, people will look at you like you're crazy. And in my case, I have a history with drugs. So by me telling people, what I have been experiencing, well, you sure it ain't the drugs, blah, 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 blah. And that shit gets on my nerves because, it's just like, what if it's not the motherfucking drugs? Or actually, what if the drugs help in this situation in regard to, seriously, drugs heighten people's sensitivity and, their sensories and all that type of shit. So methamphetamine probably helped in this motherfucking situation, to be honest with you. But anyway, there has been, I even took video, the video that I did take. I took snippets of that video and put it on YouTube because I wanted to know from someone, am I being spied on? What the fuck is this? You know, in regards to these slow moving lights that, you know, are pretty much right above me. Anyway, I'm sitting on the futon and, remember I told you guys the story about my ex-friend, you know, when I lived in Las Vegas, downtown on Ogden. We were watching a movie. They were lying behind me. I was in front of them. Something told me to turn around at that particular moment, and I did. And my ex-friend was looking at me with disgust on their face and then quickly changed that disgust look into a smile. I turned around at the right time because my back was turned. Now, mind you, my neighbors didn't have company at this particular point because every now and then I would look outside of, you know, the door window because there's a window, you know, on the door or whatever, you know, where you can look out at. So I was looking out there, just to see, you know, who was in the parking lot, you know, who was visiting who or whatever, what car was out there. So it was a red car, you know, somewhat parked next to mine that was in the parking lot. And I heard extra feet and stuff upstairs above me. So obviously, you know, that indicated that my neighbors had company. So anyway, I think what happened is they were showing the individual that came over what they use to basically cross boundaries and be in my business. Because when I turned around at that right moment, that white light was on my futon and it flashed on a couple of occasions and then it moved around ever so slowly. And when I went to grab my phone to, capture footage of it, it disappeared. And it came from above. Now, it had nothing to do with the reflection of cars or whatever, because at night, the reflection of headlights or whatever, you know, they would, you know, it will show in my apartment due to me not having any curtains or anything over the blinds or whatever. So it will reflect in my apartment. It had nothing to do with that at all. It had to do with people being nosy and crossing motherfucking boundaries. And I promise you, I know what I've seen, and it had nothing to do with, you know, like I said, a psychosis or anything like that, because I've been sleeping on this motherfucking methamphetamine or whatever else the case may be. So I'm able to function. You know, if I was smoking some good ass meth, y'all, trust me, I would not be on podcast. I would be, you know, I would be fucking and sucking, watching motherfucking porn and whatever else. I will be incognito for a while. You know what I mean? Y'all would not hear from me. So anyway, I seen this light and it tripped me out, and I'm just like, thank you, universe, for allowing me to turn around at that particular moment and see what I seen. And I think that was their foolish mistake. That wasn't supposed to happen, but happened, and I caught it. Anyway, they've been very, very quiet lately. Sometimes they pretend as if they're not home. One car be gone, and then the other car will be there, but a person will just be sitting still. And, it prompted me to turn down my frequency machines, my white noise machines. As you all know, I have white noise in every room pretty much. And I can hear, but it's not as prominent as it would be had I turned them down. So I'm like, you know what? Turn down these motherfucking white noise machines. Because for one, they think because you have these motherfuckers turned up that you can't hear shit. And I can hear them creeping around above me and just doing shit, moving stuff, moving furniture around. I mean, it's a lot. When you live around people for a long period of time, like I have, well, we lived around each other for about 2 years now. You start to know people's habits. They have their couch or whatever in a different area of the living. For one, they were sleeping in the bedroom, in one of the bedrooms, because they have a 2-bedroom like I have. Now they have a daughter of a particular age. I think they occupied the bedroom that faces the street. Anyway, their bedroom was more towards the back, that faces the yard. Now they are more in the living room where I'm at. And ever since I've gotten this futon, I've never changed it around anywhere. It's always been in the same spot. Now I noticed that, when they come in the living room, it was more towards, how can I say it? It seemed like their couch was set more towards where the patio door is. Now is more towards where I lie at. They're sitting there, and they're constantly, there's constantly creeping and creaking or whatever of footsteps right above me. So it seems like they rearrange things so that they're right above me type scenario. Anyway, after I seen that motherfucking light, I became very angry, and I was throwing shit. I mean, I was pissed the fuck off, and I turned down the motherfucking white noise machines, and I'm just like, okay, here is where your motherfucking ass is going to sober up and get it right. You've been the guinea pig far too motherfucking long for people's motherfucking entertainment. You are going to get it together. So I went in my room, I got my sledgehammer, and I took the methamphetamine pipe, and I destroyed it. With about 2 or 3 hits, I destroyed that motherfucking pipe. And I had just recently bought a $15 sack of methamphetamine off of someone. I took the rest of that. I flushed it down the motherfucking toilet. And, I just vowed to myself that here's where you get it right. And then I snatched back even more of my motherfucking power, by basically sitting square in the motherfucking living room and telling my story. I believe it was via podcast in regard to what I had went through. But before I did that, I reached out to Saint LMC because 11:33 time of the recording, I was distraught. I had no one to talk to in regard to what the fuck I just witnessed. And I just needed to vent and get it off my chest. So I felt like Saint would be a comfortable place to expound what I just seen and what occurred. We spoke, and everything seemed like it was cool. Even Saint said that it sounded like my phone was drifting off into the matrix, and I heard a huge echo when I was speaking. And, I didn't know if I was being recorded by Saint or what, and I'm not saying that Saint would do anything like that, but, it was weird, and then, when it was time for us to hang up, she quickly hung up the phone. And I'm like, okay, maybe she has something going on, or I don't know, but I can't worry about what Saint thought in regard to, me expressing that I've been spied on in regard to my neighbors and, what I've seen. If she thought I was crazy, whatever, I can't worry about that. 12:44 time of the recording. But anyway, after, I got done, talking to her or whatever, I further took back that power by expounding my truth, to my neighbors pretty much. Y'all spying on me any motherfucking way. Y'all know that I'm smoking methamphetamine, bringing in dirty dicks and, all that type of shit. Let me tell my motherfucking story, because no one can tell my story better than me. So allow me to do that. So while I had all of my white noise machines turned down, I sat in that living room. I do believe that I went live, if I'm not mistaken, or I went live. I think I went live, here on podcast. Because I know for sure I did not do a YouTube video. Either way it goes, I basically expounded my truth in regard to me having an issue with methamphetamine. And I've been having this issue for, some years. And, I expounded my truth in regard to, bringing home scallywags and sucking on dirty dicks. I went there just like I went, just like I would go there, with you guys here on podcast. And I told I told my truth, and I stood in my power, and I snatched that shit back. The power that y'all thought that y'all were going to take away from me by crossing boundaries and being in my personal business or whatever. And I've been doing some very perverted things, being under the influence of methamphetamine, and some very, gross things too, that I won't, expound on here or whatever. But I've been doing some really nasty stuff, fucking around with that damn drug. And like I said, who knows what they've seen and whatever else the case may be that, they're laughing at or, whatever. But, anyway, I did myself a huge favor because I'm going to sleep well at night. They're not. I spent $100 and some for this particular device, and I will tell you guys exactly what it is. Hold on one second. Let me turn on my car and get some light in here. 14:55 time of the recording, but no, I'm taking. You get none of my motherfucking power. Trust me. It's just like I don't have to cross boundaries and be in other people's business and affairs or whatever the case may be. This is something that y'all do because y'all don't have a motherfucking life. I have a life, and I prove that by doing my YouTube videos and some of everything and going live with you guys and whatever else. I have endeavors, I have goals, I have aspirations, and none of you motherfuckers that I live around have a motherfucking thing going on. And if I have to, considering I smoke methamphetamine with one of my motherfucking neighbors and another neighbor of mine that lives in a building next door to me, we sure did. We smoked methamphetamine in the bedroom that faces the motherfucking street. They sat on the floor. The other person sat on my little cot or whatever you call it, and I think I was standing up, and the person expounded to me that they wanted what we were doing to remain on the hush hush because they have children that were unfortunately taken away due to their methamphetamine issue, and they got them back, and they don't want their partner to know. Well, they got them back down the line, and they're supposed to be clean allegedly, and their partner doesn't know that they're still fucking around with this shit. I don't know how, because you can look at them and tell that they do something. But anyway, I would sure bust that motherfucking neighbor out if I find out that your motherfucking ass has been crossing boundaries. Your business is good as told. And don't give a fuck about your kids getting taken or nothing like that. Yes, your business will get told. And if my neighbors, if I find out that they have been crossing boundaries, I don't give a fuck. Y'all going to jail. I don't give a fuck about your child. You should have been worried about that before crossing motherfucking boundaries. My whole thing is, fight back, people. Don't allow folks to put you up in the corner or whatever the case may be, and basically make you feel a particular way. Anyway, what did I order? Let me tell you guys. I ordered a Mousey, which is MILESEEY. That's the name of the store. It's a Mousey TR10 thermal imaging camera, super resolution, 240 times 240 thermal camera, 25 hertz refresh rate, 4 degree Fahrenheit to 1022 degree Fahrenheit, handheld infrared imager, 8-hour battery infrared camera. That's what the fuck I ordered. That motherfucker cost me I'm going to say about $140 something damn dollars. I'm not playing the game. I'm going to use this not for sinister purposes, but I'm going to use this to keep an eye on my motherfucking neighbors. Starting tonight. And I ordered an SD card. Of course, the item doesn't come with an SD card, so I wanted to make sure that an SD card is on its way, for the simple fact, if I do catch something, I can have that on that SD card for I do apologize, you guys. Somebody, showing out, whatever. Anyway, I can have that image or whatever on that SD card. In the event I need to give that to authorities and whatever else. Okay, we are not on the racetrack. We are in a parking lot. Okay, anyway, so I definitely want to get an SD card in order to capture and keep whatever I capture on there in the event that y'all know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, yes, honey, I'm ready for it. I don't have time for people, even if they weren't, y'all are still doing shit that y'all have no business, because, this light no light like that should have been on my futon, circling around like it's, looking like it's trying to detect something, coming from above. That should not be happening. And it did. And so therefore it's just like, let me flip the script and let me turn the tables around on you motherfuckers and let y'all see how it is to feel uncomfortable in your own home. I got to the point where I don't take showers like that. I start taking baths, so that I can cover up my bits and pieces, even though they probably already seen them. But it's just like, I don't know what company y'all have over there, that's all up in my mix or whatever. But now that I've changed certain things in regard to my environment, I turned down my white noise machine so that I can start hearing some shit. I just started, and destroying my methamphetamine pipe and getting my mind right. I see that they have changed certain habits. They have been still, okay? They are barely moving in that motherfucker. And when they do, it's not like they normally will walk around stomping and, sounding like a herd of motherfucking wildebeest. It's a little bit, how can I say it? I don't know. It's almost like they know that they fucked up in regard to me seeing that light. And I talked about it clear as day. I do believe I went live podcast and was talking about the fact that, I discovered my neighbors have been spying on me. And I talked about it as loud as motherfucking day in my living room with them white noise machines turned all the way the fuck down. Cause I want them to know y'all fucked up. The universe had me turn around at the right damn moment. And I seen what I seen. And thank you, universe, for doing that, because that is my clarity. I just need to capture some shit on this infrared camera or whatever and go from there. But, 21:33 time of this recording. But we have to protect ourselves at all costs, because who else is going to do that for us? And, don't deny your intuition. I went on YouTube and I was looking up something in regard to intuition. I forgot exactly what they said intuition is, but intuition is basically, oh my God, what did she say about intuition? Intuition is basically something that is picking up information from the energy fields around you or the auras around you or whatever. And it's not my fault that my neighbors put out this, but no different than me putting out certain energies into the universe. They knew when I was fucked up on methamphetamine because they know my character. We've been around each other for who knows how long. They know when I get extra quiet up in that damn apartment or whatever and not moving around singing and whatever. They know that I'm probably, and the clicks of the motherfucking lighter to be that definitely is a giveaway, hearing them damn constant clicks. So they knew what the fuck I was doing in my motherfucking apartment. But anyway, damn, there was something I was about to say and I totally lost frame of it. 22:44 time of the recording. Dang. Oh, come back. Oh my God. What was it? Anyway, dang, it was on the tip of my tongue. I hate when I get something in my head and it just disappears. Damn, what was it? I'm sorry, you guys. But anyway, you guys, it was something else that occurred that I was going to say, and I can't think of it. It's going to piss me off too if I think of it after this damn recording. I'm so mad right now. I'm sorry, you guys. But anyway, my main point of creating this episode is because, sometimes in life, we have to, take a stance. And we have to stand firm in, our power and whatever else the case may be. And I'm standing firm in my power, not to start anything because I don't have time for that. But, it's time to fight back in this situation. I've been the dog in the corner that's been beat for far too long. Now it's time to, show these fangs and, bring out my stinger. I'm a Scorpio, shit. Let me release some of this damn venom. But yeah. Dang, what was I going to say? Oh man, I can't even think of it right now. Fuck. But anyway, you guys, yes, I spent $100 and I think it was $40 something on this gadget that I will be using starting tonight to further protect myself and turn the tables. Anyway, 24:44 time of the recording, and I've been receiving angelic numbers like crazy, and I love it. I've been listening and tuning into each and every last, well, not each, because I will be on YouTube all day, but I've been tuning into a great majority of the numbers that I've been receiving, and I love it. And the fact that my white noise machines are turned down, they hear me. They hear me tuning into my angelic guidance. They sure the fuck do. I want y'all to hear me tuning into my angelic guidance. Y'all want to be nosy any motherfucking way, so listen to me get listen to my life as it evolves and becomes better. Now that I've, pretty much gotten rid of this methamphetamine and whatever else the case may be. But, anyway, yeah, you guys, that's pretty much what's going on in regards to that situation. But, like I said, I reclaimed my power back and, told my own truth right there in the middle of my living room so that everybody can hear it. I don't give a fuck who heard it. This is my truth. And, so be it. And what y'all gonna do about it? Shit. Anyway, it's my truth. And, all right, you guys, I'm going to end this, still trying to think about what the hell I was going to say. Oh, I'm so mad. My apologies. I was getting something to drink. I'm still trying to think of it. Anyway, let me end this, and you guys have a blessed one. I will use what I ordered as a hidden gem for some of you individuals out there that are having suspicions that you could possibly be spied on. I want to interview you individuals that have been spied on, that have followed your intuition and come to find out your intuition did not steer you wrong. You were truly being compromised. And what did you do about it? And, what happened? What was the aftermath of what happened? I want to interview you people because, I think it would be a fascinating thing to learn from people that have been, compromised. Excuse me. That was way too much. My mouth was way too juicy at that point. Oh, okay, you got 27 time of the recording. All right, let me go. I held you guys for far too long. All right. I will keep you guys in tuned in regard to, the follow up, regarding this situation and go from there. But yes, it's been about a day or two now since I've been clean from methamphetamine, and, we're going to keep on pushing. All right, you guys, I am D Venom, and I'm out.